Hey guys, in this video, we're going to cover about the Bridging Visa B. So Bridging Visa B allow you to travel outside Australia if you're still waiting for your substantive visa to get approved. Or if you're still in the process of your tribunal or appeal, you need to get a Bridging Visa B if you want to travel outside Australia. So there's two types of Bridging Visa. There's a Bridging Visa A and there's also a Bridging Visa B. Bridging Visa B A allow you to do some sort of like, it depends also on your previous visa. If you have like student visa, obviously the work rights is a bit less or limited compared to other visa that has a full working rights. But this topic is not a Bridging Visa A, so let's just skip that part and just proceed to the Bridging Visa B. But anyway, before we jump into any sort of tutorial that I'm going to be sharing to you shortly, just a disclaimer, I'm not an immigration lawyer or an agent, so take this as a grain of salt. All of the information that I'm going to be providing with you is just purely based on my experience. So to know more about the Bridging Visa, you can go into this link. I'm going to put it in the link description below. If you are confused with the Bridging Visa A and B, sort of, this information or this page is very helpful. So go back to the Bridging Visa B. Let's just assume that you know what this Bridging Visa B all about. You can come in here in this site and that it gives you the information. And yeah, so to apply for a Bridging Visa B, you need to pay $190 here. And it's not normally, it's just have to a spare or a time for you to travel. And it really has the kind of like the date when you should be, at least you should be in Australia before that time. So yeah, I'm gonna show it to you shortly how it looks like. So yeah, there's two ways for you to apply for Bridging Visa B. If you are, let's say you're applying in a home or in your EMI account, in the section there is an option for you to put a bridging to apply for a Bridging Visa B inside the Home Affairs portal if you're still waiting for your result. So in this link, there is an online web form here. So these are the three types of a Bridging Visa. What you can do first is you can just simply make sure it's a bit, to be honest, I was having hard time before to apply for a Bridging Visa because their UX is a bit crazy. Like, I didn't anticipate this is sort of a form. I thought it's just like an information page. So you need to take this checkbox to see the form or the fields. So what Bridging Visa you want to apply. You can also apply here in a Bridging Visa A or C or B. Okay, so you're gonna do Bridging Visa B, and then you need to set the time. Let's say I want to travel that, and then here, and then what would be your substantive visa. I normally get, I'm not sure what's 802. Oh, it's a child visa. I've got it. I hear that code in different forum. But yeah, so for 8.2, you can also do that. Like, depends on your visa, obviously. And then, what is are you under in a merits or judicial review? If you are under in a tribunal, you need to check yes. If obviously no, if not. And then the reason why they ask this, because if you are not under in a judicial review, you can just apply into Home Affairs or to your EMI account. There is an option there to apply in a Bridging Visa. But if you are under in a merit, you need to the only way for you to apply for a Bridging Visa is in this form. Okay, so you put in your name and then you put in the date of birth. Just make it random, and then your current location, say Victoria, and then the visa, the date of the visa you applied, say just say you apply less. You're waiting for result. And then the application ID. Now the application ID, student visa, the application ID that you can get in, you can find it in here. So you copy that, you put it in here, and then in the application attachment, you cannot proceed. Actually, let's just download that. You need to fill this out. You need to fill up this form. So it's a bit kind of like overwhelming, but it's not that complicated as you think of. You fill in your information here, the receipt number. Okay, before we jump in, before we fill this form, you need to pay for your bridging visa B. And how you pay the bridging visa B, to be honest, is a bit tricky. I'm going to show it to you how the bridging visa B receipt looks like. So this is how the receipt looks like, and you need to log into your home affairs in order for you to pay for your bridging visa B. So you go into the home affairs or emehomeaffairs.com.au, you log into your account. Oh, I'm probably gonna create a separate video for this. Just check out the link description below how you can pay for your bridging visa B. But yeah, before you do anything, you need to pay for your bridging visa B because you need to attach that into your form and also in this form 1006. Okay, so you put in the receipt of your bridging of your payment, your name, super self-explanatory, residence thing, and then details from you. So these are mandatory, you need to fill this out. And then it's also a bit like, you make sure you read the form because the instruction is pretty straightforward. So if they said, so you put in the contact information here, and then there is some sort of like instruction. Let me just give you some sort of, so you need to put information here. If you're not into a judicial review, you can leave that blank, but there is an option here, and you can leave, like, if you only apply, let's say, additional applicants and you don't have any sort of additional applicants, just leave this blank. And then here, this one, tick no. Obviously, if you have any of these diseases, I don't think you can get approved or something. So application, this is optional if you are applying as a family for a bridging visa B, so leave it as a blank. And then here you make sure you take this as a yes. If you put no, you won't gonna get the bridging visa. It will automatically refuse. Here for the assistance with this form, you need to put in, if your agent is doing this, then you don't need to fill this out. But basically, if you're doing it by yourself, did you receive an assistance in completing this form? You can just straightly say no. If said yes, if someone is assisting you, you can put in their information, but it's not allowed to, let's say you have a friend assisting you for your bridging visa B, that's fine. You can put her information there, but she's not allowed to collect payment from you if she's not a lawyer or any sort of like an Amara or a verified agent. So it's a criminal offense to get payment if you're not a Mara or a lawyer. So here is a person, so that's why there, this one in 19, it's asking if the person is a registered migration agent or an Australian legal practitioner or an exempt person. You can say no there. And it's asking another here in a 20, make sure that you tick the right information. Did you pay the person or give a gift for the assistance? That's not allowed. Obviously, that should be no. If yes, then you're the one who is assisting you will be in jeopardized. So yeah, put it yourself, myself, or you can have authorized representative, or if it's a Mara or a legal practitioner or exempt person, just tick the right the relevant representative there. And then you put in the payment method here in the payment section. Here's the receipt. You need to mention it twice. So you put the receipt here, and then you also need to put the receipt above this one. So you scroll down and you put your signature. Obviously, if it's a family, you need to put all of the signature there. Just double check, just make sure that you take the right information or you fill out the right information, just to to avoid any sort of delays. And read it carefully. I know it's too overwhelming. Like, I actually spend a lot of time making sure double checking things, because I have a habit that I do overlook things if it's too much of an information. So just make sure you check it out. So once you fill this out, you go back to this form, and then you attach the application B. And then you also need to put in what I have. So they suggested some information in here. It says here that you need to have at least a return ticket, but actually I did not provide any sort of return ticket. With the accommodation booking, I also don't have an accommodation, because obviously I'm gonna be traveling back to my home country, and we have a house there. And then maybe this would apply if you travel to other country. You can attach all of your proof that you have accommodation, you have a ticket and stuff. But actually I did put a ticket because I'm not sure if I'm gonna get approved or not, but I did provide an explanation letter. Let me just I hope there's still an explanation letter here. So yeah, this is the information that I provided. It's a combination of an explanation letter and also itinerary of what I will be doing in my home country. So that's I provided my passport, the bridging visa form B, that explanation letter, and what else? Also here in the accommodation booking, I put in my title, like the house title, just to prove that I have a house in the Philippines. But I don't think that's needed. It's just like a me thing. We'll attach the receipt number. Again, in the above section, I put in the form, my passport, explanation letter. It's a combination of explanation letter and itinerary. So 3, and then the title of my house is not, that's not really needed. It's just like additional inputs just in case they want to prove that, are you sure that you have a house or accommodation in that country. So 4, I put 4 attachment in here, and then the payment receipt number, and then the official receipt were this one. And then additional information. Well, my bad. I only put the bridging visa B. So it's only one form. And then here I put the rest of the explanation letter, the my passport, and the title of my house. Yeah. And then you click on submit once you're done.